welcome back. So, Dog Dash delivered its best episode of the season right before the finale. Okay, where was this energy all season? Because Dog season 2 episode 20 just proved something very important. This show absolutely knows how to be great, and honestly, that might be the most frustrating part. Let's talk about it. So, this is the penultimate episode, which means everything should be clicking into place, and for once, it actually does. The balance in this episode perfect. We get strong medical drama, meaningful character moments, and really emotional depth without anything feel rushed or silent, and somehow the show manages to give everyone something to do. That's been a problem all season, but here they finally figure it out. Now first let's talk about Joanne, because the way this episode builds tension around her, you genuinely think she might not able to make it. Everything stacked against her, and yet she pulls through, and that alone adds this huge emotional weight to the episode, especially because of what she means to Amy. Which brings us to that one best parts of the episode, Amy's backstory. We finally get real insight into her part, especially her relationship with her mother, and it explains so much. Her mother didn't care for herself, didn't take care of herself, got sick, died while Amy was in med school, and that moment it clearly shaped everything about who Amy is today. Her need for control, her inability to trust others to do the things right, her tendency to bury emotions and throw herself into work, it all clicks. And what's really interesting is how this connects to her relationship. Michael, Jake, even Joanne, each of them came into her life during moments of emotional vulnerability, almost like she uses relationships as anchor when things fall apart. That's such a subtle but powerful layer to her character, and I wish we had gotten this way earlier in the season. Now let's talk about Jake, because this episode quietly does something really important with him. It finally gives him identity outside of the love triangle. We see him in full dad mode, and honestly it works. And then we find out he's going into pediatrics. And it just makes sense. Like, why haven't we explored this before? This is the most complete version of Jake we have seen. Someone who's not just defined by who he's dating, but by what he actually cares about, and it makes the dynamic with Amy feel more natural, more grounded. Even their final scene together, just talking, laughing, being normal, it's simple, but it's hard. Now on the other side, we have got hospital politics and leadership drama. Sonia, Michael, Lee's all dealing with the fallout of past tension, power dynamics, and unresolved issues. And this is where the episode really shines again, because it tackles serious topics like workplace imbalance and accountability. Without derailing everything else, Sonia stepping up for Liz, calling out the system, pushing for change, that was strong. And Michael, you can see he's struggling to balance doing the right thing with protecting the institution. There's no easy answer here, and the episode doesn't pretend there is. Now let's talk about one of the most intense storylines, Walter, because for a moment there it really looked like he wasn't going to make it, and for Michael that hits hard. You can see him revealing past trauma, especially Danny's loss. That scene alone carries so much emotional weight without needing over the top drama. And then there's Gina. She's already emotionally attached to Walter, and now she's thinking about adopting him, which is beautiful but also complicated, because this isn't just a medical decision anymore. It's personal, and it could have serious consequences for her life, especially her relationship. So, yeah, this episode does a lot. It never feels overwhelming. Everything flows, everything connects, and that's why it works so well. The only real question is, why didn't the show feel this consistent all season? Because if it did, we would be talking about a great show, not just a good one with flashes of brilliance. Now, heading into the 2 hour finale, expectations are high, relationships are complicated, emotions are running deep, and there's still a lot of left unresolved. So, if this episode is anything to go by, we might be in for something big. Thank you for watching. Bye.